Hello, everyone. Welcome to the November webinar for the District Kiwanis Family and Foundations Committee. This month, we'll be talking about Kiwanis Family 101. So the basics of the Kiwanis family, how you can get involved with them, why you should get involved with them, and a little bit more about all of our Kiwanis family counterparts. So you can walk away from this webinar feeling more informed about the Kiwanis family as a whole, and also hopefully feel motivated to interact with them a lot more. My name is Nick Stringfellow. I am the Workshops and Webinars Coordinator for the District Kiwanis Family and Foundation Committee. And on behalf of the entire committee, we welcome you to this webinar. This webinar is recorded due to technical problems from the day of the webinar. So we are good to go. Feel free to go through this as much as you like. It'll be on YouTube Live as you're watching it right now. And let's get started. So before we get started, we want to go through a couple of logistical things. First, the sign-in link, which is http://tinyurl.com/KFF webinar sign-in. So for this month, since this webinar is pre-recorded, the form is going to be adjusted or will be adjusted to require a code word in order to receive credit for this month's webinar. That code word is Family Month. So any form of that will be acceptable in order to get credit for MRP and to be sent to your secretary. So make sure to fill that in when you fill out the attendance form, and you should be good to go. And then also we have our question submissions form. So tinyurl.com/KFF webinars questions. Since this webinar is recorded, we will be responding to questions via email. So if you have any questions, get through the webinar, or still want to learn more, feel free to email us or fill out the form, and we will email you back as soon as possible with the response to hopefully answer your question. So with that, let's dive straight into the content of the webinar. I hope all of you are very excited, and let's get started.
So hello, I'm Calvin Chau, and I'm a second year at UC Riverside, and I'm currently the Kiwanis Family Youth Relations Chair for my club. And my favorite Kiwanis family memory is actually Fall Kiwanis Family Day. And this is a day where the Kiwanis and the Key Clubs in our region meet up, and we just have a day full of service, fellowship, and leadership. And it's a really fun event where you just get to hang out with everyone and kind of interact with them. And yeah.
Hey guys, I'm Sharlene. I'm a second year UCLA student. I'm the Kiwanis Family Networking Chair. So basically, I'm in charge of the adult branches, which includes Kiwanis and Circle K. And my favorite K-Fam memory is basically, it's not the most typical memory, I guess, but it's specifically our November Kiwanis Luncheon, which is basically our sponsoring Kiwanis meeting. We're allowed to go once a month. And in November, it was just my favorite just because the way I got to interact with our Kiwanis was amazing, got to find out new things about them, and then also got to see like the nitty-gritty of like the work they do. And it's something that you don't see very often. So I was just in awe of that.
Yeah. And hello, everyone. My name is Nick Stringfellow. I'm a third-year student at UC Los Angeles. For positions and experience, like I said, I'm the Workshops and Webinars Coordinator for the CNH Kiwanis Family and Foundations Committee. I am also currently serving as the International Kiwanis Family Chair for the International Kiwanis Family Committee, and as well as the Kiwanis Ambassador from last year. And I was a past Kiwanis Family Networking Chair for UC Los Angeles this previous term. So lots of experience with the K family there. And my favorite Kiwanis family memory was Kiwanis One Day 2015. So this was the first large-scale Kiwanis family event I got to help plan during my term, where we worked with Downey Kiwanis, Key Club and Kiwanis members, and other Kiwanis clubs from around Division 13. And we got to put on a bike and safety festival where we educated kids about bike safety, how to be more safe when you're riding your bikes, and educated about pediatric trauma in general. And just being able to work with all the different branches of the Kiwanis family, including Circle K, Kiwanis, and Key Club. It was really fun just to have that be my first large-scale event, and it really kept me going in the Kiwanis family, and hence why I'm here today, just super involved with the Kiwanis family. It's very near and dear to my heart.
So what is the Kiwanis family? Well, the Kiwanis family encompasses all ages of leaders and volunteers. So this goes from elementary schoolers with the KKids to middle schoolers with the Builders Club to high schoolers with Key Clubs and Kiwanis college students with Circle K, and then the adults with Kiwanis or Action Club. And the Kiwanis family is full of organizations that focus on the ideals of family, service, and building leaders. And they all originate from Kiwanis International, called Service Leadership Partners, or also known as SLPs.
So we have all these different branches, as Calvin said, but why do we interact with them? Well, one thing is to encourage each individual to continue to serve throughout the year. So like Calvin said, you can be part of the Kiwanis family from as young as elementary school to as old as however old you want to be part of the Kiwanis family. There's always a place for you in the K-Fam. And we just encourage you to, even if to just serve with, as you go older, if you're a K kid, to go on to Builders Club, if you're a Builders Club, to go on to Key Club or Kiwins, and so on and so forth. Another thing is to build connections with each branch to exceed in life. So this is just a lot of things. So it can be different branches can help you be like mentor mentees. They can help you with service, like encouraging to do service events, to encourage to do well in your academic life, in your professional life. Just as your family is there for you whenever you need them, the K-Fam, all the branches are there for you also. So if you ever need help with anything, we try to be there for you. And also foster a deeper investment in serving your community. So one of the great things about being a part of this huge family is that not only that you do have this family, but that you can go out together and make changes, substantial changes in the world. And you could partner up and plant a tree, build a playground, or like do stuff like that. It's just fulfilling just to do that in a huge group, because you really see the change happen right before your eyes.
Okay, so now you know why you should interact with the Kiwanis family, what the Kiwanis family is. So now let's break it down into each of the branches of the Kiwanis family. And by branches here, we mean the different organizations that make up the Kiwanis family from all different age groups. So first, let's start off with KKids. So KKids is the youngest branch of the Kiwanis family. KKids, also known as Kiwanis Kids, is an organization for elementary school students to foster service leadership and make an impact in their communities and in their schools. And it's led by the school students. The amazing thing about the Kiwanis family is that it's all student-led and with the different clubs and organizations that we have. So the students really get to take charge of their club along with the help of their Kiwanis and faculty advisors. The motto of KKids is "We Build." They are building their communities, and we're helping them build servant leadership from a young age. And so it's very applicable to all the things that they do. And fun fact, KKids clubs can be co-sponsored by Circle K clubs with a Kiwanis club. So a KKids club, all Kiwanis family clubs that aren't Kiwanis have a sponsoring Kiwanis club that work with them to help program and act as their sponsor to support their club. Can play a role in helping to sponsor a club by talking with the Kiwanis club that runs the KKids club, such as a sponsoring Kiwanis club, or another Kiwanis club that's nearby. So for example, UCLA co-sponsors KKids clubs at Playa del Rey Elementary School, but we work with Culver City Kiwanis, but not our sponsors, Santa Monica Kiwanis. But we do work with Santa Monica Kiwanis to co-sponsor a Builders Club. So you can co-sponsor with different Kiwanis clubs just to play a major role in how the club runs for KKids and Builders Club, and to help them develop as much as possible. And so how can you get involved with KKids? Well, simple way is service at club meetings. At every meeting, I know for a lot of KKids clubs, Circle K clubs work on service projects with the kids. I know from one of the meetings that I went to over the last 2 years, I got to stuff Easter eggs for the Culver City Easter egg hunt with the kids, and that was really fun. There's a ton of candy, there are a ton of eggs, and they were all like super energetic and fun to work with. You can also help out at school events. So the school that the KKids Club is a part of may have different events throughout the year, like a fall festival and other events like fundraisers that you can work with. And by working with the KKids there, you can help them be involved in their school, helping their school make a difference, and also supporting the KKids Club as they build their leadership skills and build the skills that they have through service within their school and also outside of it.
So next branch, Builders Club. So Builders Club is the next higher or older branch for middle/junior high school students. It's the largest service organization for them worldwide. Their motto is building leaders, and their core values are character building, leadership, inclusiveness, and caring. And there's actually something I recently learned is that there are two types of builders clubs. So there's the school-based, which is at your school, obviously, but there's also community-based, which is you can have a Kiwanis club in like YMCA or Boys and Girls Club, because serving a service group shouldn't just only be at school, or if you can't go to school, there's these options too. And how can we interact with them, especially as from a college perspective? It's not much different compared to the elementary school branch, because they are still young. There is limited amount of what you can do and how much you can interact with them. But there are some things you can do. So joint service projects. So you can go to their meetings and do service projects together, like tabletop service or any service project they happen to do at their school, or just helping them plan service events, because I know that at UCLA we often plan at least one huge monthly service event with our Builders Club, and we try to attend their general meetings and even board meetings to just help them become leaders, like aid in that. So, which is really nice. You get to really, if you go out enough, you get to really know them and see how much they are growing as leaders. And you're like, oh, I was a part of that. I helped them become a leader and hopefully continue on, which is really amazing.
So now we have the next branch, Key Clubbers, or Key Club, and it's the oldest and Key Club / Kiwanis, and it's the oldest and largest service organization for high schoolers. And the difference between Key Club and Kiwanis is that they're actually sister clubs. Kiwanis is still a branch. It's a district of Key Club International. It's just the history between them was different. So the first CNH Key Club started in Sacramento in 1925, and it was only for males. But then Kiwanis actually began as KKids in around 1970s. But now it's a part of Key Club International, and it's with 270,000 members. And Key Club International has 270,000 members with 5,000 clubs in 37 countries. And Key Club's motto is caring, our way of life. And their core values are character building, leadership, inclusiveness, and caring. And ways to interact with them is it's actually a little easier to interact with the Key Club and Kiwanis, although they still have some youth protection guidelines to keep them safe, and there's some things that you have to get them approved, but there's a lot more things that they can do because of how much older they are. So we have Key to College, which is an event where the Circle K clubs host an event for the Key clubs, and this event is to help educate them about college, kind of give them ideas about give them advice on living on campus or financial aid and all that. And it's a fun way to interact and just help the Key Clubbers learn, and they also get the chance to learn about Circle K at the same time, because you are helping them more about you just because of the way you educate them. You can also attend their DCMs or events, of course, if you're approved by their region advisor. So their DCMs, you can go to advertise your events if you plan on having any Kiwanis family events with them, and events that you'd be interested in participating, or just having them come out to your events, then this is a great way to advertise to them. Kiwanis One Day. This happens once every year annually, and it's a day full of service with the Kiwanis and the Key clubs in your area. So it's a good way to interact with them and do service with them. And as I mentioned earlier, Kiwanis Family Days. It's a day filled with service, fellowship, and leadership. So you can actually do a lot with them. I know for my fall Kiwanis Family Day, we did a tabletop service and we had an ice cream social with them, and then we had leadership activities. It's very fun, and it's more than just educating the key clubbers, but you also get to like interact with them and do things that you normally would with them. So it's a good way to interact with them. Getting to know the key clubs is honestly very fun because they're so spirited. And I know members in my club got kind of close to our key clubbers. Oh, also another way to interact is the Kiwanis Shadowing program. I forgot to mention this, but a lot of my members in my club got to interact with the key clubbers program. And it's a mentor-mentee program, kind of like how Circle K has their mentor-mentee or big little systems. And the Kiwanis Shadowing program is a good way to pair up a Circle K member with a Key Club member, where the Circle K mentors the Key Clubber and kind of answers their questions about about college, and even Circle K if they have any questions about those. And it's a good way to get to know them because it's like making a younger friend and kind of getting a different perspective on things that you would normally do, but also understanding how they do things.
I wonder what Circle K is. Well, Circle K is the world's largest student-led collegiate service org, if you didn't know. They're sponsored by Kiwanis Club, and they conduct their own meetings and service events. I know it's similar to, a lot of people think it's similar to Key Club, and in a way it is, but it's not. It's always different. Like with each branch, everything changes a little bit, even though our goals are generally the same. So our motto is live to serve, love to serve. Fun fact, Circle K was first instituted as a fraternity at Washington State University in 1963 by J. Emerson. J. Emerson was also the first Kiwanis International president, and he also built the first Circle K club in 1947 in Illinois. So way to go, Jay. But not only that, but with becoming older, there's more perks. And more perks you get, more responsibilities. But as Circle K, we have more ways to interact, and we're more lenient. We don't have as many, as you may know, rules and regulations. We don't have to get so many things approved if we want to interact with other Circle K clubs, Circle K clubs. So just in a club level, you could just attend each other's general meetings or fundraisers or service events. Just show your support, help other clubs fundraise, just get to know other clubs. In a divisional aspect, you could go to DCMs or DSPs. So DCMs, divisional council meetings, or DSPs, divisional service projects. So I don't know if I'm assuming all club or divisions do this, but it's just a monthly thing that the division puts out, and it's just a way to get to know all the divisions, because I know, or not all the divisions, all of the clubs in your division, because I know that they are far. I definitely would not be able to get to know as many clubs if I didn't go out to these divisional events. So always try to step out of your comfort zone if you haven't been able to, and just attend these events. District events, CKI South or North, FTC, Decon, again, get to know more people that are all over the state or in different states, such as Nevada and Hawaii. And international events like CKIX, so get to know people from other countries. Wow, this branch is really more not just service, but also really stepping into networking and that professional life, and just getting to know more people, because this is what you need in life.
So now we have Kiwanis, and actually a lot of these clubs that we've mentioned earlier would not be possible without Kiwanis. And it's an international service club for adults found in more than 80 nations. And known as one of the more charitable branches, because they actually sponsor a lot of the clubs that we were talking about, such as Circle K, Key Club, KKids, and Builders Club. And without them, we wouldn't have the funds that we would need to kind of get our clubs running. And they actually help us a lot in many ways. Sometimes they even find service events for us, which is very nice. And it's really nice for us to help them. And fun fact is that CNH Kiwanis was founded in 1965 after the Klamath flood. So their motto is serving children of the world. And as I mentioned earlier, they like to sponsor us because they want to serve the children and help them grow into better people. And some examples of ways to interact with them is to attend the Kiwanis meetings or luncheons. It's a fun way to see how they run their meetings and kind of also get free food at the same time, while also getting to talk to them and see how they interact with their members. There's also joint service projects that you can do with them. They always have service projects, and all you have to do is ask them if you're able to come out and volunteer and help them, and they really appreciate it. It's a great way to show them that you appreciate the help that they give us, the help that they give you, and their service events are usually really fun. I know in my club, our Uptown Kiwanis, they have an event called Riverside's Got Talent, and we always help them with like ushering, and it's a really fun event, and it's one of the huge events. Another way to interact with them is Kiwanis One Day, as I mentioned earlier with the Key Clubs. It's a day held annually sometime in around April, I believe, and you get to do service with them. And it's a fun way to do service with everyone. Instead of just helping them at their service events, you get to do it with the whole Kiwanis family. Another way is Kiwanis Family Day, as I've mentioned again earlier. Just a day filled with fellowship, service, and leadership. Fun way to get to interact with everyone, kind of like Kiwanis One Day. Another way to interact with them is also Key to Life. This event is a way where the Kiwanis helps educate us about life. Kind of like how we educate the Key Clubbers about college, the Kiwanis helps educate us about the real life. Gives us tips on like jobs and like what to do. So the Kiwanis is actually very helpful, and although it might seem a little intimidating because they're a bit older, it's honestly really fun to get to know them and get to interact with them. So I would really encourage you guys to go out to the luncheons, take that first step and to interact with them and kind of get them to be your friends.
And last but not least, we have Action Club. So Action Club is also an adult branch of the Kiwanis family. The Action Club is the only service club for adults with disabilities. And with 12,000 members strong, Action Club is definitely making a big impact in their communities, although they may be one of our newest branches of the Kiwanis family. Their motto is where development has no disability. And in October 2000, Action Club became an official service leadership program of Kiwanis International. So 2000 was 16 years ago, wowza. And so 16 years ago, we got our newest addition to the Kiwanis family. And Action Clubs have sprouted up all over the place internationally. And we have several clubs in CNH throughout our entire district as well that you can get involved with. Yay. Yay, interaction with the Kiwanis family. So examples of interaction. So how can I get involved with Action Club? So there are different large-scale events that Action Club members may be participating in and you can help out with, like Kiwanis Special Games, which is an event in Northern California in the Bay Area where Kiwanis family branches work together to help put on an event for Special Olympic athletes, which is super cool. I wish I could go, but people who've gone have amazing things to say about this event, and it's just a great way to get involved with Action Club. You can do different fundraisers with Action Clubs. You have car washes, donation drives, etc. Just different things that you can do on a smaller scale to get involved and also help Action Club raise funds for their fundraising initiatives, which are very similar to Circle K's, Kiwanis, and all the rest of the Kiwanis family. Joint community service projects, different projects that Action Club members do in the community, and you can just collaborate with them, work with them to help out and make a bigger difference in the community together as a Kiwanis family. And then socials in the community. So you're not just limited to attending events like every so often that are strictly for service. There are different ways you can get involved with the Kiwanis family as a whole. Socials are a great way to do that. And with Action Club, that's no exception. So you can do like eating together in the community or just hanging out, having a fun social, watching a movie, etc., etc. Just different things that you could do But of course, to make sure you have approval from Kiwanis and that everything is good to go, because Action Club is also sponsored by Kiwanis Clubs. So keep that in mind, and you can definitely go far with this branch. This is a branch that may not be as accessible in our district, but there are still clubs all around, and there are new clubs popping up all the time. So look out for that. And as a whole, you can just develop all the fun with the Kiwanis family. Yay! Okay, cool. So you have all the different branches. You have what the Kiwanis family is. You have why should get involved. But now how? So you learn all these things, but wait, Nick, wait, Charlene, wait, Calvin, how do I do this? How can I become more involved with the Kiwanis family? Well, here is how you can do that. First thing, go to Kiwanis meetings. And Kiwanis is such an amazing organization because there's so many of them. And since Circle K clubs have sponsoring Kiwanis clubs and other Kiwanis clubs relatively close to different universities, you have the ability to connect with them on a personal level and just go to their meetings and go to their events. Getting to know Kiwanians on a personal level, and this also goes with other service leadership programs as well, is wonderful because you get to interact with them one-on-one in an environment that's Kiwanis family, yay service, but also those personal connections can make a big difference. I know for me in the Kiwanis family, the personal connections that I've made through doing things in Key Club, doing things in Circle K, and working with Kiwanians and working with our other branches is kind of the reason why I stayed in, because there's just so many people to meet and who have the same passion for services you do. Next thing you could do is attend inter-club events that collaborate between one club of one branch, another club of the same branch, or another branch. So going for Circle K, a very concrete example is going to a fundraiser or a meeting for another club, going to divisional events, those kinds of inter-clubs, so on and so forth. Lots of opportunities just to connect with those members one-on-one outside of your home club and outside of your Kiwanis family branch. Connecting via social media. Like, social media has definitely popped up as a main way of communication for the Kiwanis family and between Kiwanis family branches. Like, I see a lot of Kiwanians on Facebook now. I get friend requests from them all the time. Like, they're so nice. And you can connect with them, connect with their Kiwanis clubs, connect with different clubs, just like to see what's going on, support them. Like, sending them a like their way does wonders, trust me. And like, social media is something we use every day, and those personal connections that you make, you can keep following up with them and make sure that you remember that person. You see them at an event, like, hey, I remember you. Like, you're part of the Kiwanis family, like I am. Yay. And then lastly, but definitely certainly not like the last thing you could do, educate yourself on the Kiwanis family. So we have lots of resources produced by this committee, the KFF committee, produced from previous years, produced by your clubs, divisions, and other districts as well on the international level that you can definitely tap into. A little bit of knowledge can go a long way. Putting on this webinar is to help educate members on what the Kiwanis family is. And I feel like a lot of people just don't know what it is. Once you learn what it is, you'll be able to see more concretely, oh, this is why I should get involved, and you can see the benefits. So there's lots of different things you can do. Of course, our 4 points are just a starting point on a roadmap to get connected with the Kiwanis family. If you want to learn more, talk to people, talk to your Kiwanis family chairs, talk to your presidents, talk to people around you who've been involved with the Kiwanis family, and they can tell you why the Kiwanis family is such a great thing to get involved with within Circle K. It really makes your Circle K experience more broad and can definitely help make a bigger impact in your time in Circle K. So now we're going to go on to a couple testimonials. So why do we love the Kiwanis family? So Calvin, take us away.
So I've actually this is my 6th year in the Kiwanis family, and I love the Kiwanis family because I feel like every time I come back to events or just come out to meetings, it feels like I'm coming to another family. And it's honestly so comfortable just coming out to events and just talking to people. It's almost like you're not talking to friends. It's almost like you're talking to people in your family. And you just get this feeling of comfort where it's kind of hard to explain, but I always feel like I'm at home when I'm with my clubs. Especially since being in Kiwanis, it always felt so intimate, just like being able to talk to everyone and just not having to worry about like, kind of just forgetting about your worries, like about college, schoolwork, homework, all that stuff. It's kind of a getaway. Like, it's kind of a getaway, and you get to have so much fun while helping out the community, while also like making connections, meeting other people, and that's why I love the Kiwanis family.
So I guess for me, I think that our Circle K tenants really sums it up really well for me. So service leadership fellowship. I mean, I came into this family wanting to do service, and it inspires me that we have all of these branches that do service, sometimes together, sometimes separately, but collectively we basically do service together. And it doesn't matter what age you are, it doesn't matter if you have a disability or not. It shows that no matter what if we set our mind to it, we can make an impact on the world. Like I remember for like fundraising wise, like when we'd be able to fundraise for UNICEF, and we can say by the end of this year we have eradicated maternal neonatal tetanus from like 5 countries. Like wow, we did that. I might have not been able to personally like eradicate one country by myself or anything, but I probably have at least helped a couple families out. Like that's wow, that's amazing. And to see what our family can do and make an impact on the world, like wow. And then fellowship, like Calvin said, this is like almost like my second family. There's a lot of people here that I've met through the Kiwanis family that I don't think I would have met otherwise, and I'm so grateful to have been able to meet, because without them I don't know where I'd be in college or in life. So I'm incredibly thankful to have the second family, especially being an out-of-state student. It was hard because I didn't know anybody here, and Circle K was one of the first the places where I like actually found friends, and I found friends that I feel like I can say will last a lifetime. And then leadership, that like I said, Kiwanis family is also not just service, not just fellowship, but also a way for you to network and help each other out, whether it is academics or whether it is with your professional life. We can say that with all of the people I've met, sometimes they can help me get a job, or they can help me finish my resume, or like tweak my resume. Like they're actually helping me put my foot out there in the real world. So I am incredibly grateful to be a part of this Kiwanis family and be a part of this journey. And I hope to continue on and hopefully mentor people as I have been mentored, even if they're the same age as me.
And then for me, so this is also my 6th year in the Kiwanis family. But funny story, I actually joined like the Kiwanis family because I had just happened to be at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom on the same day as Fall Rally North in Key Club, and just like a weird coincidence, but I guess like it was fate kind of pulling me to Circle K and to the Kiwanis family as a whole, because I went to the event and I knew that the Kiwanis family was about service. Like service was the main thing, but getting to see like the camaraderie and seeing the fellowship involved as well. I was like picking up the cheers like as I was walking around. I'm like, oh, this is cool. I want to do this. I need a place to use all my excess energy, but also I want to like make an impact in the community as well. So like the following meeting, I went to Key Club, my Key Club meeting, and I saw all the service projects. And I thought this is really cool. Like everyone's like so chill, and everyone's like, it feels like a community here, but we also get to serve other people as well. And I think that combination really helped me stay involved with the Kiwanis family, and like getting involved with other Key Clubs and working with Kiwanians throughout my time in Key Club. Coming to Circle K, I was like, okay, I know I want to like continue on with giving back to my community in a whole new place. I'm from Sacramento, and coming from Sacramento to LA for school was a big change, but the Kiwanis family has kind of been that constant, been my anchor there. And like I got super involved, and being able to interact with all the branches. Like I'm happy to say that I've worked with all of our service leadership programs during my time, like since joining Circle K, and being able to see them all and to see the impact that we're all making. It like being a part of the Kiwanis family is just so amazing, because you feel like a part of something bigger. And like the things that you learn the Kiwanis family go way beyond just like Circle K and beyond like the branches themselves. Like Sharlene said, like networking things, like I have Kiwani, it's like helping me with networking and stuff. Like that's cool. Like there's our district professional development conference back in August as a testament to that, like learning real life skills from alumni and Kiwanians. And really cool just to see like how you can grow so much as a person from something so small as a single organization. Even from your club level on, like you'll always learn something that will help you develop. So like, even though it's a pretty long answer, like I really love the Kiwanis family. Like it makes my heart melt a lot. And like whenever I hear something Kiwanis family, I'm like, oh, this is great. I love this. And I love being involved with the Kiwanis family. Yay. Cool. So that's it for our testimonials. Moving on to questions and answers. So like I said at the beginning of this recording, this is a recorded webinar. Therefore, we will not be answering questions during this recording. But please, 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 if you have any questions, go to tinyurl.com/KFF webinars questions. It's been on the bottom of all the slides up to this point. If you have questions, please answer them on the form and we will address your questions via email. You must fill in your email for us to answer. Please do that. And we'll get back to you as soon as we can if you have any questions about any of the content we discussed today, or if you just want to learn more about the Kiwanis family. You could also talk to your Kiwanis family chairs in your clubs, your presidents, executive board, reach out to the district Kiwanis Family Foundations Committee. Each division has a liaison for North, Central, and South, and those liaisons are a great resource as well. And there's just so many things so many people you can talk to learn more. And there are lots of resources out there. If you want to learn more, feel free to take them, and we'll be there to help you out and hopefully inspire you to be involved with the Kiwanis family. So with that, that's the conclusion of our webinar. Thank you all for watching today. Don't forget to sign in on the KFF webinar sign-in link that's posted on this slide. Remember, for this webinar, since this is online, we do ask that you put in the code for us to count you for MRP credit, and so you can give this to your secretaries. So with that, please submit the code Family Month. It could be in any way, shape, or form of that. But if Family Month is the code, we'll make sure you have access. Since this is recorded, you can if you don't remember, like if you want to like go back to it, the code, feel free to do that. Because you said at the beginning, we also said it right now. Also on the slide, you have the contact information for all our hosts. We're all great sources of knowledge, as well as other Kiwanis family chairs, the district KFF committee, and et cetera, to learn more about the Kiwanis family, talk about any branches, learn about our experiences as well. Shoot us an email. We'd love to talk to you and learn more about like what you're interested in for the Kiwanis family. Or if you have any questions, talk to us or submit them on the form. We'd love to talk to you guys and be able to include like why we love the Kiwanis family so much, and hopefully inspire you to do that as well. Inspiration is great, and the Kiwanis family is great also. So with that, thank you so much for watching. Again, we really appreciate you taking time to attend this webinar just to learn more about the Kiwanis family. The Kiwanis Family and Foundation Committee hosts webinars every month, so make sure to check those out. Next month will be more advanced topics with the Kiwanis family, so you have this basis now. If you're hungry for more, come out next month. That'd be great. We will see you later. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.